Success. It's something we all want. It's something we all strive for. It's something we think about often. We want success. But what is success? Well, it's different for everybody. My version of success is different than your version of success. I mean, to some people, success is living in a beautiful home, having a paid off mortgage, having a paid off car in the driveway, and being able to live the simple life. Some of you, it's living in a mansion, having a private jet, a helicopter, and a lot of freaking money. It doesn't matter what success is to you. It really doesn't matter. But what does matter is, what does it take to be successful? I have literally studied this, and I continue to be a student of this study. I have followed so many other successful people, and I've also followed what made them successful. And through this journey, I've also listened to a lot of other podcasts, a lot of other YouTube videos, and a lot of other books that all talk about the secret that I'm going to uncover for you today. The secret is really not a secret at all. Matter of fact, that secret to success has been around since really the early days, the beginning. But the secret's always going to be called a secret because it really applies to only 2% of us. That's right, 2%. Why not 90%? Why not 100%? Why does it have to be a secret? Well, it doesn't. But it's only going to land for about 2% of the population. We could round that up to 5%, but let's just focus on the 2% and how I derived at that number. Well, that 2% number, if you think about it, are the successful folks out there. It's roughly about 2% of the population. And we can define success. If we lower our barometer, we can call that 5%. But really, it's just 2%. So how and what did those 2%, what did those folks do that the 98% did not do? Well, let me pause right there. I want to talk about the majority of the people and what they want. And I want you to think about where you fit in this. The majority of people in the world want security. That's it. They want security. They want to feel secure. They don't want to have to worry about things. They need that sense of security, which that sense of security comes with something else. It comes with that person that's seeking security to not go out there and take risk. They're not risk takers. When you're finding and wanting security, are you going out there and taking all the risks? No. So you know what? Let's start there. Who are the risk takers, really? Are they the ones that go out there and do all the risky stuff? Are they the ones that go after their dreams, no matter what people say, no matter how dangerous it is, and no matter how much they lay on the line? Or is the risk taker the person that never goes after their dream? Now, this is an interesting one. It really is. Because the person that takes all the risk and stakes it all to chase their dream, their worthy idea, their goals, what happens? What happens when someone goes out there and lays it all on the line to go after what it is they dream about? I don't care if it's being a professional athlete. I don't care if it's going out there and putting it all on the line to build the company that they dream about. I don't care if it's the person that goes out there and lays it all on the line to chase love. They are risking a lot, all of it. They're putting it all on the line. And what happens? Well, how many of you guessed that they become the 2%? They become the 2%, the ones that literally risked it all to find a solution, to create something, keyword, create something that serves the 98%, that solves a big problem for the 98%. Think about that. The risk taker puts it all on the line and literally solves a problem for the 98%ers. The security people, the 98% that just conform to what life gave them, what life was easy enough to just provide for them. They went the easy path. They went the secure path. They went the path of least resistance. They followed the path most followed. In other words, they conformed to what everybody else's ideas were. They conformed to what everybody else's failed dreams were. Because the path most followed is always the path of the 98%, because it's the majority that wanted security. Now, the 2%ers, they followed the path never beaten down, or the path least followed. And that path was tough. It was riddled with failure. It was riddled with hard times. It was riddled with long days. But through those challenges, those failures, through those struggles, those 2% that went down that path least followed, they went after their dreams. They risked it all to create the life they wanted, to create the dream that they couldn't stop thinking about, to create the idea that they got and that they never forgot about. So who is the risk taker? Well, if you really think about it, the risk taker is the one who never went after their dreams. The risk taker is the one that never chased their goals because it was too hard. The risk taker is the one that sought the security and therefore never took the risks to step outside and be extraordinary. So who was the real risk taker? It was the person that just wanted security. Because the 2%, those are the wealthiest folks. Those are the wealthiest families that have ever lived. Those are the ones who took and staked it all on their idea, their creation, their dream, and their goals. And because of that, they are the ones that created things that we look at every single day. And, I want to preface something, and we are getting to what makes the difference between success and failure. I already told you, but I'm going to sum it up as we get deeper into this podcast. I want to go through some of the people that have changed the world. Some of the people that have changed the world. And I want you to think about them. And I've got a couple of them written down here, and I want you to think about who these folks are. Alexander Graham Bell. What was his idea? What was his dream? What was his worthy cause that he risked everything on? The telephone. Didn't look like this, but the telephone. Back then, he had an idea that he could literally have voice and words and communications travel through a wire. And when he told people about this, what do you think they said? That's a stupid idea. That's the silliest things. I mean, that would just make for a bunch of people that don't know how to communicate if they're just always talking on a phone. That'll never happen, right? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about Alexander Graham Bell. He had an idea, a dream. He had a goal of changing the way we communicate and bringing people closer through a wire that we now know of as the telephone. And some of you are old enough to remember when telephones were literally a headset that you held connected with a wire to the phone jack or the base, which then was connected to another wire that was connected to a series of wires that connected the world. One idea changed the world. But let's keep going on because there's lots more of them. Lots more of them. Einstein came up with lots of inventions, lots of ideas, lots of dreams. And he was met with fierce scornment. He was met with people laughing at him, telling him his ideas were stupid. Same thing as Alexander Graham Bell. And then what happened? Well, Einstein changed the world. And I do want to preface, because you know what I do? I teach people how to be the bank against the grain, against the normal traditional financial world. I teach you how to be your own bank by utilizing a little known secret called the infinite banking concepts. And a lot of times I'm ridiculed. I'm looked down on. I'm hated on by financial advisors that follow the path most followed, the 98%. This is the only way. This is the way it's always been done. Or is it? Not trying to make this about IBC, but I'm just trying to get you to see what I'm putting out there. Let's keep going. How about the person that invented the sewing machine? I mean, come on, that had to just take off, right? No. People totally went against that. The person that created the sewing machine created something that would change the world forever, would change the way our clothes are made, would change the way everything's made. But they were faced with severe rejection. They were faced with people rejecting them, laughing at them. They had people say, that's never going to work. That's the stupidest thing. But it wasn't just the sewing machine. It was also the typewriter. Look it up. Look up the typewriter. People thought it was the stupidest thing ever. Who's going to spend that much money so that you can type out a letter when you can just write it down? I mean, that's the dumbest thing ever. Was it? The typewriter changed everything. The typewriter is now a keyboard. And the keyboard allows us to communicate through not wires anymore, but through Wi-Fi, through just energy in the air. All these were ideas. All these things were created by the risk taker who was willing to lay it all on the line, to risk it all, to make and create their worthy idea, their dream. Christopher Columbus, you know the story on that. Most people told him he was crazy. He'd never make it. He'd die. Well, he didn't. He changed the world forever. Oh, we could keep talking. We could talk about the first car, the first steamship, and all the rejection they all faced. But really, let's just sum all this up with all the greats in the world, including Jesus Christ. What happened? Well, all of them that had a worthy idea had haters. And all those haters ridiculed them. All those haters talked down about them. All those haters tried to get the 98% to conform that that was not a good idea. And some of them, the worthy ideas, died on the cross, died by being burned alive, died by being stoned and whipped, and died fighting for their cause, their dream, their worthy idea. And what happened? Look around. They changed the world. You know, and Steve Jobs, I've read his book so many times. I've watched the movies about him. You know what he said? It's the crazy ones, the rebellions. It's the crazy ones, the rebels that change the world. The risk takers, folks. The risk takers are the 2%ers, but the risk takers are the ones that take the least amount of risk, because I can't understand how people don't see that to be great is to be misunderstood. That is the only path. To be great requires you to fail. To be great requires you to step out of security and step into the role that your idea is yours, and you will literally go and take any risk to make sure that that idea happens, to make sure that your dream, your creation happens, because that dream will change the world, will change and solve people's problems. Being your own bank solves millions of people's problems. But it's fought with severe rejection. It's fought with haters saying that's a scam, that'll never work, that's the stupidest thing. It's fought with some of the gurus out there fighting it down, saying that is the worst place you can put your money. All these other people, from Alexander Graham Bell to Christopher Columbus to the person that invented the sewing machine, the typewriter, I've got them all written down, to the person that invented the steamship, the first car, right down to the carpenter who went by the name of Jesus. They all changed the world because they never gave up on their worthy idea. So success. I told you at the beginning of this podcast, episode number 250, I would literally lay out what it takes for you to succeed. I would give you the secret to success. And here it is. As one of my favorite people in the world would say, success is a person who focuses on a worthy idea and never stops thinking about it. Earl Nightingale. The pursuit of your worthy idea. Success can only happen if you create. Because the opposite of creation is conformity. There really is only two paths, success or fail. Succeed or fail. And what is the difference between the two? Succeeding and failing? The difference is, to succeed, you must create. And to fail, you must conform. You must chase